Welcome back. My name is Candace Sanderson. I'm author of The Reluctant Messenger and The Reluctant Messenger Returns. Today, we're talking about joy. The key to survival is joy. Why is it that some people seem to have happy, joyous dispositions, while others might be on the grumpier side of that equation? It all comes down to the choices that we make in our lives. I say, choose joy, choose happiness. Easy peasy, right? But how do we do that? For many, it's a lot easier said than done. As I look back over the past 13, 14, 15 months, I see how much our world has changed. Our day-to-day lives are so different than what they were in 2019. Many have lost family members, friends, their loved ones, and that changes lives forever. We've had to reinvent ourselves, reinvent our lives, not only from where and how we work, or even if we work, to if and now, as we're on the backside of this pandemic, how we socialize. It's been an adjustment. Some have weathered the storm seemingly unscathed, while others have not been as lucky. As we approach this backside of the pandemic, I find myself asking questions such as, what have I learned from this? How can I do better? I realize many people are searching for joy. They want happiness to flourish in their lives again, but they're wondering, how do you do that? Well, there is a formula to live by, but the path isn't always easy to follow because you can get sidetracked very easily. It's similar to the basics of caring for a plant. If you water it, give it sunlight, it will flourish. If you neglect it, it won't. That which we focus on will expand. It will magnify. It will thrive. That which you focus on becomes your reality. So bottom line, it's up to us and the individual choices that we make. This reminds me of a story that I had read about from the Cherokee Nation. They say that each of us have two wolves living inside. One is goodness, the other is evil. And these wolves are like pitted against each other. The question is, which one will win? And as the story goes, the answer is the one you feed. But did you realize there's more to the story? This part isn't often shared. The rest of the story says that true wisdom is when you realize you can feed both of them, then both wolves will win. It's about seeking balance, not about starving the one you don't want. By feeding both, you keep internal struggles at bay. Isn't it time for us to step out of fear and step into love? Isn't it time to find the balance and to learn from both? After all, we do live in duality. There's so much truth and wisdom to this story from the Cherokee Nation. We are not our physical bodies. Our bodies are just the vehicles that we use to navigate this three-dimensional environment. Our true essence is more difficult to label, more difficult to define. Some call it spirit, others call it soul, divine spark, intuition. But whatever you call it, it's that non-physical aspect of ourselves that really defines who we are. When it's time for our physical bodies to drop away, our true essence will expand as it returns home, back to source, the ultimate connection from which we came. Many religions teach us this. They tell us that when death comes knocking on our door, this opening will return us to our true homes. Some call it heaven. Regardless of the term, it's a place of light, a place of love. There are many different labels to this dimension. The name isn't important, but this final destination in earth terms, is a return to the world of energy, to the realm of the non physical. We will no longer be limited like we are now in our physical forms. It's a magnificent place. But did you realize that we can experience this enchantment without waiting to transition? I mean, we don't even require an NDE for this to happen, thank goodness. We can step into an energy field of divine love, gratitude, and joy now and in real time. We don't have to wait to savor the divine. We are energy. And if we are in alignment with the higher vibrations of love and joy and gratitude, happiness, compassion, we begin to feed those energies. And the more we feed them, the stronger they grow. It's available to everyone, but not everyone knows it or is willing to allow it to occur. We can access this mystical dimension now. Here's the key. Once you know this, you can change your life. Once you realize how significant and important you are, you can start to manifest more happiness and peace and joy in your life. Nicola Tesla said, if you want to find the secrets of the universe, think in terms of energy, frequency, and vibration. When you fully understand and embrace his quote, you become empowered. You realize it's up to you. I often speak of the tools in my consciousness awareness toolbox that the messengers have blessed me with. And I've shared many of them in my first book. These are the keys to changing your life. And you hold those keys in your hand. Viewing the world through the lens of energy allows me to literally see energy flow. Pastel pink and green ribbons of energy float in front of me in my mind's eye when angels arrive. I see bright sparkles of light that reflect off surfaces that appear dormant, yet these sparkles bring the surface to life. Step by step, we choose what energy field to engage with, where we want to reside. When things start to go south, turn sour, we can literally stop. Take a few deep breaths. What we're doing is putting a pause there, sacred space. Then we can make an effort, a concerted decision on how we wish to proceed. It is so empowering, realizing that we can choose, literally step by step, which path we wish to take. We can step into the life we wish to have and become the person we want to be. How do you do this? How do we learn to step into this never-ending stream of perfection, of well-being? You start with the present moment. Start with where you are right now. Close your eyes, take a deep breath, and smile. As you take deep, contemplative breaths, your body slows. Your blood pressure equalizes. Your thoughts slow. No more chatter racing through your brain. When you are in this state, you enter perfection, well-being. You enter a state of allowing, perfect allowing. Tell yourself that everything is unfolding in perfect order. Tell yourself that. And as you do, keep smiling. Smiling releases endorphins that will in turn make you smile more. And this chemical acts like a mild pain reliever, helps reduce stress from depression and anxiety. It's one of those very simple yet effective natural phenomenon that can stop downward spirals. Smiling uplifts you, and it creates a ripple effect, bringing smiles to those around you, just people that you pass on the street. Bring joy into your life. You have the key, and the key is joy. I want to share with you the validation I received just moments after scripting this episode. I receive a daily email from Abraham Hicks. I could only smile when I read today's message. Everything exists for joy. There is not one other reason for life than joy. We've got nothing to prove to anyone because nobody other than all that is watching. In other words, we're not trying to get brownie points from some other galaxy. We're not trying to get someplace else. We're not trying to get it done because there is no ending. We cannot get it done. Everything exists for the purpose of joy in the moment. And I love this validation. I hope you enjoyed this episode. Feel free to share, comment, subscribe, or follow me on my social media. Check out my website, CandiceSanderson.com. Thank you and goodbye.